So today I am in the ICU, which is a dedicated you-know-what unit. So I have to change into the OR scrubs. So I'm going to change out of my regular scrubs and into these. Hello, so don't mind how I look. I'm also sorry that it's loud. There's like a machine over there. But yeah, this morning has been pretty good so far. So whenever I'm in the ICU, it's a little bit different from when I'm on the floor. Because when I'm on the floor, I kind of have like a set routine of what I'm going to be doing. But when I'm in the ICU, it's just a little bit different. Because the patient population is different from like a regular med-surg floor. So usually what I'm doing there is helping nurses turn the patients. I'm cleaning in case they had any bowel movements, any accidents. I'll help the nurses. Just mainly when I'm in the ICU, I'm there for support for the nurses. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, I am going to be eating my pear. It is... that it's 10 in the morning and I'm just barely on my first break. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Hello, so this is Editing Jessica. Yeah, the second day I didn't really show much. So this day I was actually a sitter. So what a sitter means is that instead of being a CNA and having your own section, like 8 patients, you're just one-on-one. Now, this patient can have suicide ideation, and so you're there to monitor them so they don't harm themselves. The patient can be confused, they're pulling out all the lines, and so you're there for safety. The patient can be confused for whatever reason, they're always trying to get out of bed, so instead of using restraints, they use a sitter. So yeah, this patient needed a sitter, and oh my goodness, like out of all my sitter shifts that I've ever had, this one I will never forget. This one was just so mentally exhausting. Like, this patient had a lot, and to care for this patient we had to do a lot of things, and just mentally it was tiring. Like, physically, no, it was not tiring. Mentally, but without violating HIPAA and all that. But I just can't believe that I recorded on that day, and it just so happened to be like my worst the worst day. So yeah, so when it comes to a sitter, you're basically the CNA for that patient. The only like drawback is that you can't really leave the room for anything, like at all, because you're there for safety. So if you leave out of the room and then you put them in danger and then yada yada. So if I need anything, whether to get the patient water, a blanket, food from the nutrition room, like anything, I have to call the CNA for that section so they can bring me whatever I need, because I cannot leave the room. So that's kind of like how the sitter position works, at least in my hospital. But yeah, just wanted to pop in really quick to let you guys know kind of like what happened, because you can tell in my eyes I was just exhausted. But yeah, now we'll go back onto my last day. Alrighty, so this is day 3, and again I'm on the designated you-know-what unit, so I have to change into the OR scrubs, and I have my bag so I can put these scrubs in it. So let's get the day started. again. So as you can tell, like I can't really record much being in the hospital, so I'll just kind of like recap what happened on this day. I was a clerk that day, and basically what I do when I'm a clerk, I answer all the call lights, I answer the phone calls. So for call lights, I ask the patient what they need. If it's pain medication, then I'm going to call the nurse to get them. If they need to go to the bathroom, then I'm calling the CNA. And then when I answer phone calls that go onto the unit, I transfer them to the appropriate person. Like for example, if lab calls, transfer them to the nurse. I also make the charts. Even though the majority of our charting is through electronic, but we still make paper charts for like minimal stuff, but we still make paper charts. So I do that. You know, I print out labels, set everything up. And then what else do I do? I also admit patients onto the unit. I discharge them. And it can get really hectic. Like, just imagine you're on the computer, you have the phone ringing, you have the call light ringing, you have nurses, every staff member coming to you for something, and you're like, hold on, like, let me do this. So it can get hectic for like sometimes, but yeah, so that's basically what I was doing today. And it went by pretty good as far as I remember. Yes, it went by pretty good. So yeah, that's basically, so I did 3 things in this video. Day 1, I was on the ICU, and kind of like as a CNA, I was on the floor. Day 2, I was a sitter, and then day 3, I was a clerk. So those are mainly like my roles when I'm in the hospital. And since I'm in the float pool, every day is different for me, because depending on what unit I'm on and what the needs are for the hospital. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I know I couldn't really like show much in the hospital, but I can kind of talk about it, and you get an idea of like how a day kind of goes. So yeah, as you can tell, this was pre-recorded. This was back in May, and I'm now just getting around to editing this, but I still wanted to get you guys this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be back with another video very soon. Alrighty, I'll see you next time. Bye.